My cherished child, I am speaking this once, and it is crucial that you heed my words. This time your angels aren't merely whispering. They are speaking loudly with a profound sense of urgency. They stand right by your side, reaching out their hands, working to guide you away from impending danger. This represents your final opportunity. Not due to my displeasure, but because the very fabric of time is undergoing a change. What you have been anticipating is now merely 2 minutes away, directly after you fully grasp this message. Indeed, just 2 minutes. This isn't just a random figure. It's a divine signal, a spiritual gateway, a precise countdown. The instant you allow your heart to truly listen, events will transform rapidly, extraordinarily rapidly. This specific message is not intended for all. It was precisely directed to you. Your angels received explicit instructions to ensure its delivery. A profound hidden message resides within these words, one that only your soul will truly discern. Therefore, do not attempt to bypass this, not at this critical juncture. You have been sensing it, haven't you? That peculiar heaviness deep within your chest, that unsettling restlessness during the night, that profound inner query, Divine One, what is truly unfolding for me? Am I overlooking something vital? Should I be in a different place that is not confusion? That is my hand gently guiding you toward absolute clarity. Your miracle is imminent. However, you are required to navigate one ultimate trial of faith. Your angels have been observing you with intense vigilance. They have carefully recorded your every tear, your every sigh. And they approached me trembling today, saying, Creator, please permit us to address them once more, just one final time. They are so incredibly near. They don't even comprehend their proximity to the threshold, yet they are weary. They are filled with doubt. They are in pain, and I responded, Indeed. Therefore, this is no mere coincidence. It is not simply a video, it is a profound spiritual exchange. Something vital is about to be revealed for you before this communication concludes. Remain until the very end or you will forfeit the key that unlocks everything. Do you truly understand why individuals often miss their destined miracles? It's not because they lack worthiness. It's not because their prayers weren't fervent enough. It's simply because they relinquish hope too prematurely. They turn away precisely when they are but 2 steps from receiving their blessing. But you, my dear child, you have endured far too much anguish to surrender at this point. Have you not already shed sufficient tears? Have you not remained quiet while others found amusement? Have you not concealed your suffering for an excessive duration behind that facade of a smile? This message arrives to declare enough. You no longer need to maintain any pretense. You are on the verge of receiving something so profoundly divine, so utterly unforeseen. It will utterly bewilder those who abandoned you. It will astonish even yourself. And this will unfold only once you have fully absorbed this message. That is the angelic covenant. That is the sacred decree I established. For I desire you to demonstrate that you are still attentive. If your heart resonates with this divine declaration, then claim it, beloved child. Type Amen in the comments below as a sacred affirmation that you are ready to let go of the past and step into this new astonishing season of divine favor. As you type it, feel the weight lift. Feel the angels gather and know that your new story is already being written. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Haven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give and it will be given to you is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. Child, take a slow, deliberate breath. Absorb these words. Invisible hands are actively working over your life at this very moment. And they are orchestrating something extraordinary, something truly unique. That is precisely why your life has felt so peculiar recently. You sense that you are under observation. You are being attentively observed by heaven itself, meticulously monitored, precisely timed and specifically scheduled for a miracle that bears your. Indeed, you are, yet not by anything you dread. Name intricately carved upon it. However, I require your complete attention immediately. I need you to cease dedicating your precious energy to trivial distractions. I need you to open your heart fully to me, not at a later time. Now, you are not present here by mere chance. You did not simply stumble upon this by oversight. Your soul inherently resonated. Your angels gently whispered. You instinctively followed, and now you are truly here with me. And absolutely nothing will ever be the same again. A solemn warning. Before we delve further, grasp my words distinctly. If this communication resonates deeply within your soul, you absolutely must not depart without fulfilling my request. Listen meticulously until the conclusion. Your destined miracle is already moving in your direction. Yet it will manifest solely after your complete obedience. Remain steadfast until the end. Allow my voice to envelop those parts of you that have been yearning profoundly for answers. If this sacred message truly touches your heart in any profound way, says subscribe. Immediately for subscribing will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in a message of love. Your life. Connecting you to further angelic revelations and direct communications from me, patiently awaiting you. Your angels desire you to maintain this vital connection. Not for earthly renown, not for statistical figures, but so that you do not overlook what is coming next. Each time you return, you will sense my presence in you. With every instance you hear my voice, it will grow increasingly distinct. So take that significant step, subscribe and unite with the souls who are prepared for the next sacred divine ascent. Let us continue. My child, you have experienced betrayal recently, have you not? Someone made a solemn promise and then simply vanished. Someone exhibited affection, but it proved to be insincere. The ache you bear within your chest is more than mere heartbreak. It is profound transformation. Because I hold something so authentically true, so deeply profound, and so perfectly aligned, awaiting your reception, someone genuine, a blessing that remains unfading, a breakthrough that leaves no lingering. Your angels permitted that occurrence not with the intent to shatter you, but to dismantle false illusions. Scars. However, the adversary sought to ensnare you in bitterness before this could manifest. Do not succumb to that snare. Offer forgiveness. Release the past and maintain sharp focus, for this is now your designated moment. Divine illumination is poised to highlight your name. I have personally reviewed the sacred registry, and would you believe it? Your name stands at the very top. An individual who has never uttered an apology is discreetly observing you at this very instant. They are fully aware of their actions and they recognize the person you have become. But do not linger anticipating their apology. I have prepared something superior, something far more restorative. A profound divine compensation is approaching you, one that will bring forth tears. Not tears of anguish, but tears of pure, unburdened relief. Angels are already meticulously setting the stage. All I humbly request is that you remain steadfast in your faith. Stay filled with eager expectation. Speak as though your blessing has already manifested. For after you complete listening to me today, the wait will not be extended. 2 minutes. That is what your angels softly conveyed. That is the precise duration before circumstances begin to shift once more. But not if you disregard this, not if you depart prematurely. Your miracle is attuned to the resonance of your heart. Stay intrinsically linked to me, and it will respond obediently. You have been diligently striving to keep every aspect intact. Your home, your loved ones, your public persona. Yet no one truly perceives the depth of your struggle, the extent of your tears when darkness falls. I see it all, and your angels have been imploring me to grant you profound peace. So I am doing so at this very instant. Allow my words to saturate that void within you that feels forsaken. Let my divine presence displace all panic. Breathe, my child. I remain the divine and I am eternally present. Even when you perceive nothing, I am nearer than your very skin. And I absolutely will not permit you to shatter. Regardless of how dire circumstances become, I solemnly assure you what is approaching far surpasses what has departed. You have been feeling particularly unfortunate, overlooked as if blessings are bestowed upon everyone else while you perpetually face trials. But you are not under a curse. You are divinely chosen. And occasionally chosen individuals experience delays, not outright denials. Because the magnitude of the blessing they are on the cusp of receiving is too immense to be hastened. You were required to proceed slowly. You had to remain concealed. You had to be unnoticed for a brief period so that upon its arrival, no one could claim responsibility for bestowing it upon you. They will unequivocally recognize its origin as being from me. That is the caliber of miracle that is impending, the profoundly undeniable kind. The kind that eradicates all uncertainty. That is the transformative power 2 minutes can wield within the heavenly realm. If you persist in remaining here, it signifies your readiness. Allow me to pose a question to you. What would transpire if you genuinely embraced the conviction that this was undeniably your destined moment? What if you behaved as if every aspect of your life was on the precipice of profound change? Because that unwavering belief, that potent energy, that steadfast faith, it galvanizes the angels into action. They move with incredible swiftness when your heart is in complete accord with my divine will. And at this very instant, heaven is intently observing your reaction. Stay united with me, continue to listen, there is still more to unveil. If I were to reveal the fierce battles waged in the spiritual domain solely to ensure your awakening today, solely to guarantee this message found its way to you would be utterly overcome with. You cannot possibly fathom the immense amount that has been accomplished on your behalf, entirely unseen. Reverent all. Numerous assaults were plotted against you, which I entirely nullified. Gatherings convened for your demise were utterly thwarted by me. Individuals attempted to exploit your name in nefarious ways. Yet I completely reversed their intended unintended consequences. You were not destined to endure some of the profound challenges you have traversed. Yet you persevered. You were not expected to fully recover, yet you have. And now, rather than pondering the reasons for past events, I desire you to commence observing what I am preparing to manifest next. Your angels stand prepared. They have eagerly awaited this specific moment for an extensive period. If you will wholeheartedly embrace that, which is exclusively intended for you, for what is arriving is so monumental, it cannot be shared with those who are. They are intently observing you right now, discerning if you are truly attentive, if your spirit is receptive. Undeserving. This is why I found it necessary to remove certain individuals. This is why I had to set you apart. Not to inflict harm, but to safeguard the pristine nature of what is on the brink of manifesting within your existence. An individual who presumed victory by distancing themselves from you is soon to receive tidings that you have been designated for something truly divine. They will witness you radiate in a manner no one could have anticipated. And my child, while I desire you to remain humble, I do not wish for you to diminish yourself. I want you to accept it completely. You have minimized your potential for an excessive duration. You have questioned yourself for far too long. You have even offered apologies for your inherent radiance. But I fashioned you to emanate light. I created you to be unmistakably visible even amidst the deepest shadows. And I am on the verge of illuminating you with an indulgence that will positively impact those around you. Yes, even unknown individuals. This is why I issue this warning now. Do not bypass this. Do not perceive this as merely another communication. This is not for mere amusement. This is profound alignment. I am actively aligning your soul to a higher vibratory frequency at this very moment. You are undergoing an upgrade spiritually, mentally, financially, emotionally. You no longer need to exert such immense effort. You simply need to listen, my child. Are you truly hearing me? And if this prophetic word has touched you, I urge you to share it. Sharing this message with your network will activate the anointing within you and multiply that breakthrough to others. Be a conduit of this divine light. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. The suffering you experience today was not a punitive measure. It was a guiding you into a space where you could at last distinctly hear my voice, unburdened by the clamor of external opinions, free from the. It was a strategic positioning. Perplexity of insincere affection. You needed to be fractured in specific areas so that you could be meticulously reconstructed with divine truth. And now that this reconstruction is underway, I do not wish for you to question the integrity of the new edifice. I am the bedrock. Your angels serve as the master builders, and your heart is the sacred dwelling I am now inhabiting. Permit me to assume control. Allow me to guide you from this moment forward. You have fulfilled your role. You have endured, wept, anticipated, prayed, experienced doubt, and yet you steadfastly persevered. That is precisely why I am bestowing this reward upon you. Not because of your flawlessness, but because you never surrendered, and that holds the utmost significance to me. There is a celestial aperture opening directly above you. While imperceptible to your physical eyes, your spirit instinctively perceives its presence. This is precisely why you have experienced heightened emotional sensitivity recently. This is why the familiar aspects of your past no longer bring you contentment. You are transitioning dimensions. You are stepping into an elevated vibration, one that will perfectly harmonize with the frequency of your forthcoming blessing. And the reason this process requires merely 2 minutes is because within the spiritual domain, time itself flexes for those who achieve perfect alignment. The instant your heart offers its assent, your angels spring into action. The very second your soul conquers with my will, the entire cosmos begins to reconfigure itself in your favor. This is not fanciful imagination. This is profound divine reality. This is why this message holds such sacred importance. This is why I am reiterating these points so frequently, for I absolutely do not want you to overlook it. This is that pivotal moment you will reflect upon, declaring that is when everything began to transform. That is when I heard the divine with unequivocal clarity. An individual you cherish profoundly has been withholding a secret from you. Not out of a desire to deceive, but because they are uncertain how to convey the unvarnished truth. They fear that if you were privy to every detail, you would distance yourself. However, I am actively working within their heart. I am tenderizing their spirit. I am preparing them for a sacred divine dialogue with you. It will not be compelled. It will be genuinely pure. Do not pursue it. Do not plead for it. Allow me to manage this. Permit your angels to orchestrate the precise moment. What is divinely intended for you will arrive enveloped in peace, not turmoil. But for this to unfold, I require your absolute and unwavering trust. No more revisiting the past. No more reopening old wounds. Allow me to heal you completely, not fragmentarily. A monumental financial breakthrough is rapidly approaching you. Yes, precisely you. You who has been privately burdened with monetary concerns. You who has been maintaining a facade of well-being even as your heart pounds with anxiety each time a bill arrives. I am not a divine being who permits his children to supplicate endlessly. I am not the type of father who observes your suffering without having a meticulously prepared plan. There is an access point opening, and your angels have already distinctly identified it. You are not required to knock, you simply need to step through. Initially, it might appear modest. It could manifest as a phone call, a short message, an unusual dream, or even an individual who unexpectedly connects with you. Do not intellectualize it excessively, simply assent to me. Just yield to the gentle prompting and you will witness how swiftly circumstances transform. Remember 2 minutes, that is the precise divine indicator. Observe what commences to change immediately following this. And if this message resonates with your heart, like this video now. Liking it will activate the flow of God's favor in your life, unlocking blessings you didn't even know were within reach. There is one additional point I need you to grasp. Cease tormenting yourself for what remained unknown to you. You performed to the best of your ability with the resources available. You loved with an unblemished heart. You maintained belief when all others relinquished hope. That is not fragility. That is profound fortitude. The adversary sought to distort your recollections, attempting to convince you of your foolishness. But I declare this to you now. You remained faithful, and I revere the faithful. I elevate them. I bestow blessings upon them. I adorn them with crowns, and your very own crown is already in transit. You simply cannot yet perceive it. However, your spirit will distinctly sense its proximity. Your emotional state will transform. Your eyes will radiate. Your true voice will resurface. That is how miracles operate. Silently yet with immense potency, and yours is indeed approaching. Remain intimately connected, my child. Continue to listen. The benevolent angels are encircling you even with your every breath. One is gently caressing your heart. Another is diligently safeguarding your dwelling. Yet another is intently monitoring your device at this very moment, ensuring this message proceeds without interruption. That illustrates the gravity of this situation, that underscores the precise targeting of this message towards you. You are not overlooked. You are not behind schedule. You are precisely in the place you need to be to welcome what you have earnestly prayed for. But allow me to conclude. Permit me to articulate into the most profound depths of your being. I comprehend your weariness. I know there are times you fend vitality merely to navigate through the day. You force a smile when your heart is burdened. You offer laughter at jests that fail to resonate with your soul. You appear for individuals who would not even discern your absence. That is why I am dispatching a miracle. That will not merely alter your external circumstances, but will profoundly mend those intrinsic parts of you that receive. And I perceive all of this. No commendation. The wounds you have meticulously concealed so effectively that even your dearest companions cannot perceive them. I do. I always have. And this message is my gesture of placing my hand upon that unseen space within your being and declaring a no. You have borne this anguish for an adequate period. Now allow me to bear you, for you are not obligated to always be the pillar of strength. You do not have to feign that everything is acceptable any longer. I am simply imploring you to remain here with me for just a brief while longer. Because what is about to unfold will be truly were worth every silent struggle you, I am not requesting your flawlessness, have waged. There exists a longing you expressed in prayer a considerable time ago which you subsequently relinquished. You persuaded yourself that perhaps it was not destined, or that perhaps I had altered my divine intention. But my child, I never once forgot that fervent prayer. I merely preserved it for the opportune moment, and that moment is now. The response is actively en route. Not precisely in the manner you had envisioned, but superior, immeasurably superior. And I am not merely granting you what you requested. I am infusing it with profound peace. I am imbuing it with crystal clarity. I am enveloping it with enduring protection, ensuring you never relinquish it again. That is the essence of the divine being I am. I do not toy with the aspirations of my children. I do not elevate your hopes merely to witness their inevitable collapse. When I declare something is unequivocally yours, I am resolute. But I require your steadfast patience. I need your heart to implicitly trust the intricate workings of my divine timing. You are on the brink of comprehending precisely why I caused you to wait. And when you behold it, you will weep. Not tears of sorrow, but tears of unadulterated joy. A joy so profound it will mend aspects of your being you were not even aware were fractured. And yes, someone in whom you placed profound trust is currently speaking about you in ways you could scarcely conceive. But do not permit that to divert your concentration. You are not defined by their words. You are precisely who I declare you to be. You are chosen. You are divinely protected. You are ascending. And their pronouncements will possess no authority over your future trajectory. Let them converse. Let them speculate. Let them find their amusement. I am orchestrating something for you so resounding, so brilliantly radiant, so entirely unforeseen. It will utterly nullify every falsehood without you needing to utter a single syllable. This is not the period for self-explanation. This is the era for aligning yourself intimately with me. Because the instant you do, your angels will be unleashed to act with a swiftness you have never before witnessed. What would typically require years will now transpire in months. What would ordinarily take months will unfold in mere days. Such is the velocity of divine timing when your faith is keenly honed and your heart remains receptive. My child, listen with utmost care. This represents your angel's conclusive effort to rouse you before a momentous event commences to unfurl. That is why they have been murmuring unusual insights into your subconscious. That is why you persistently encounter recurrent numerical sequences. That is why particular individuals have abruptly become remote. That is why the very ambience of your surroundings feels altered. Despite no apparent physical modifications, because in the spiritual domain, a complete transformation has occurred. You are no longer the same entity. Something profound within you has ripened. You are no longer imploring for affection. You are not pursuing external validation. You have ceased extensively expounding the depths of your soul to individuals incapable of truly appreciating it. And that profound evolution is precisely why your miracle has received divine sanction. Because now you are genuinely prepared. Now you can accept without succumbing to self-sabotage. Now you will safeguard what I bestow rather than subjecting it to doubt. That is the authentic triumph, not merely the outcome you obtain, but the transformed individual you have emerged as during the period of anticipation. You have been contemplating surrender recently in a clandestine and unspoken manner. You have confessed in no one, yet these thoughts have crossed your mind. What is the purpose? Why do I strive with such intensity when nothing yields results? Perhaps I am simply not destined for a fulfilling life, but hear my words distinctly at this very moment. Those are not your intrinsic thoughts. That is not your authentic voice. That is the adversary attempting to disorient you, for he perceives your imminent proximity to a profound breakthrough. He is genuinely terrified. That is why you have been subjected to relentless assault. That is why every aspect feels as though it is disintegrating. But it is not falling apart. It is meticulously assembling itself into its rightful position. And that oppressive weight upon your chest will dissipate the instant you consciously choose to re-embrace belief. Not because of your inherent strength, but because I am powerful. I have sustained you this far, and I am certainly not prepared to abandon you now. The celestial beings surrounding you are not present to instill fear. They are here specifically to safeguard you. One stands vigilantly near your main entrance. Another is protecting your mobile device and communications. Yet another walks alongside you as you rest in slumber. You might feel isolated, but in truth you are enveloped. They are observing, diligently documenting, and heartily celebrating every minute act of faith you perform, even those invisible to human eyes. When you uttered, "Thank you," through your tears. When you managed to smile amidst profound heartbreak. When you extended assistance to another, even as your own world seemed to crumble, they witnessed every single instance. And now they are exulting, for they possess knowledge that you do not. Your miracle is not merely en route, it is already present. It simply awaits your conscious recognition to fully engage with it. And that is precisely the function of this message. It is unsealing your spirit, so that when your blessing manifests, you will not overlook it. You have traversed too great a distance to surrender at this juncture. You have triumphed over experiences that could have utterly shattered you. And even though you do not perpetually feel robust, you are among my most formidable. Yes, you the very individual reading these words at this instant. Your strength does not emanate from the sheer burden you can bear. It originates from the swiftness with which you return to me in moments of vulnerability. That is what renders you invincible. That is what renders you profoundly favored. So I reiterate, do not bypass this. Remain until the absolute culmination. Stay deeply connected. Maintain your awareness, because there is something momentous I am on the verge of introducing into your life. And when it arrives, I desire you to be fully prepared. Not apprehensive, not disoriented, not distracted, but utterly ready. Your life is on the precipice of an unannounced transformation. And when it occurs, every detail will begin to cohere logically. Even the suffering, even the periods of stagnation, even the endeavors that did not materialize as planned, you will comprehend how every piece seamlessly interlocks. An individual is about to enter your life very soon. One who will bear profound divine connection to your preordained destiny. This is a person who will not be intimidated by your intrinsic radiance. A person who will not flee from the complexities of your past. They have been meticulously prepared in a manner akin to your own journey through tempests, through sorrow, through fairy trials. But their arrival brings healing, not additional suffering. Their coming offers solutions, not further inquiries. And they will recognize you not merely by your physical form, but profoundly within your very soul. That is why I am currently purifying your spiritual space. That is why specific individuals are gradually receding. I am creating necessary room. Release them. What is approaching is far grander than what is departing. And when you encounter this kindred spirit, an inner knowing within you will affirm, this is the one, not solely in the realm of romantic attachment, but in terms of shared purpose, because your soul is. What is arriving is an authentic reflection, not a deceptive facade. Not intended to navigate life in solitude. And your angels are actively steering this person toward you even as you absorb these words. I implore you to ready yourself not merely intellectually, but deeply within your spirit, for the magnitude of miracle I am dispatching cannot align upon disorder. It requires a sanctuary, a place of repose. Consequently, I am actively purging the extraneous elements from your life at this moment. Individuals, entrenched habits, pervasive thoughts, overwhelming emotions, anything that might impede what I am preparing to bestow is being systematically eliminated. That is why circumstances feel ambiguous. That is why people are behaving unusually. That is why certain avenues are closing, but do not resist this process. Do not pursue what is receding. If you cling to what I am divesting, you will invariably postpone what I intend to send. Simply release your grip. Trust that I perceive the entire panorama. I am not divesting anything from you without replacing it with something superior. I comprehend your true needs even more profoundly than you yourself do. And I am neither tardy nor oblivious. I am utterly deliberate. You are on the brink of accepting that which others proclaimed unattainable for someone of your standing. Not due to mere serendipity, but because you are in perfect alignment, because your heart retains its tenderness even subsequent to profound heartbreak, because you still harbor belief in the power of love, because you still direct your gaze heavenward when adversities strike rather than casting judgment upon yourself. That is precisely why I am selecting you. That is why I have designated this precise moment. Your name has been articulated in spaces you have not yet even graced with your presence. Individuals are pondering you. People are discreetly observing you, endeavoring to comprehend how you persist. How you manage to bear such significant burdens and yet still radiate a smile. And what they remain oblivious to is that it is I am the one uplifting you. I am the one preserving your sanity. I am the one meticulously reassembling your fragments when every external force attempts to shatter them. And I will steadfastly persist in doing so. But now the epoch for mere endurance has passed. It is now time for profound restoration, for abundant increase, for an unshakable peace, for an unceasing joy that does not dissipate with the dawn. You have been dwelling in a state of survival for an excessive duration. And I did not fashion you merely to subsist. I created you to illuminate, to heal, to influence others, to traverse life in absolute freedom, unburdened by fear. And that transformation commences now. If you are ready for this epoch of restoration, for unshakable peace and unceasing joy, then let heaven hear your affirmation. Type Amen in the comments to seal this declaration to announce your readiness to move from survival to flourishing. As you declare it, feel the shift within your spirit. Know that every silent battle has led you to this moment of profound divine reward. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, you can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry. When Jesus says give, and heaven will open over you, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith, and as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. You have been experiencing a peculiar sensation in your abdomen recently, as though something momentous is on the verge of occurring. Yet you cannot articulate its nature. That is my essence gently agitating your spirit. That is your angels delicately brushing against your soul, rousing it softly and conveying. Prepare yourself. Something consecrated is en route. You are not losing your mind. You are awakening. You are recalling your true identity. And you are not merely a physical form progressing through existence. You are a soul operating on a divine continuum, and every event that has transpired in your life has meticulously led to this precise juncture. This is not a termination. This is the catalyst, the ignition, the sacred affirmation. And immediately upon reaching the conclusion of this communication, circumstances will begin to shift. You will perceive it. Initially something subtle, a profound feeling, an undeniable confirmation, an unexpected chance, a direct message. Do not disregard it. That is my immediate response to your willing obedience. You have been preoccupied with misplaced concerns about how others perceive you, about the perceived distance you lag behind, about the prospect of ever. That is the incredible swiftness with which I act when you draw near, experiencing joy once more. But my child, true joy is not the ultimate objective. Wholeness is, and I am in the process of restoring you to complete wholeness. You will no longer be compelled to don masks. You will no longer need to feign around individuals who fail to grasp the essence of your heart. I am going to encircle you with kindred spirits who speak your very language, who evoke a sense of belonging, who serve as gentle reminders of my presence. That is the sacred community I am diligently cultivating around you. You have felt isolated, yet you have not been overlooked. You have maintained a quiet demeanor, yet you were not astray. I am fully aware of your whereabouts, and I am dispatching assistance. Divine intervention in all its manifestations, financial, emotional, spiritual, and even romantic, but you must actively create space for it. You cannot persistently nourish your anxieties and simultaneously anticipate the flourishing of your faith. You are presented with a choice. And if you choose me, even in your quietude, even in your vulnerability, I will orchestrate celestial events on your behalf. This profound message will not reach every individual. It will exclusively find those I have specifically selected, only those whose spirits are prepared. And the undeniable truth that you are still engaging with these words signifies your heart's readiness. That is why I continue to reiterate myself, because your soul requires to absorb this truth with greater resonance than your prevailing doubts. You are not deemed unqualified. You are not lagging. You are not irreparably shattered. You are cherished completely, profoundly, eternally. And that boundless love is on the precipice of manifesting within your life in manners you cannot even fathom. You will weep tears you were unaware resided within you. You will experience an inexplicable peace that defies all logical comprehension. You will enter spaces and perceive the very atmosphere undergoing a transformation. Because when I bestow a blessing upon someone, that blessing does not remain concealed. It radiates, and your intrinsic radiance is about to commence. Do not dread the periods of stillness. Your angels have been given explicit directives to protect you throughout this season of quietude, to shield your ears from falsehoods and to steer your feet. Occasionally, I become silent, not due to my absence, but because I am actively engaged. Away from perilous snares. That is why certain outcomes did not align with your desires, because I was subtly reorienting you. Because now I am poised to declare yes to boundless love, yes to vibrant health, yes to profound peace, yes to unwavering stability, yes to the miraculous intervention you have been praying for in seclusion, unwitnessed by. And what lies ahead will engender such profound gratitude that I uttered no to previous requests. Others, and we have been observing with meticulous care every act of compassion, every personal sacrifice, every instance. You chose righteousness, even when life. You may perceive yourself as unseen, but heaven itself beholds you. Dealt you harsh circumstances. It has all been meticulously accounted for. And now it is your designated moment to receive. Your celestial guides are murmuring once more. Can you sense their ethereal presence? They are conveying, do not depart just yet. Remain until the very conclusion. We are on the precipice of readiness. Your blessing is incredibly close, and their words ring true. You are but one breath from a profound transformation. One solitary moment from perceiving the undeniable sign. One click, one thought, one gentle whisper of surrender is all that separates you from the opening of the floodgates. I will not procrastinate. I will not overlook. I will not tantalize. I will deliver. And when I do, it will not be inconsequential. It will not be ordinary. It will be utterly divine, because I am not merely responding to your supplication. I am fundamentally reauthoring your entire narrative. And this message marks the inception of a brand new chapter. So inhale deeply, release your burdens, open your hands, open your heart, and witness how the subsequent 2 minutes will profoundly alter everything surrounding you. You may not visually perceive it, but something significant just shattered in the unseen realm while you have been present with me. A binding chain, a long-standing curse, a stubborn obstruction. It fractured soundlessly, yet its repercussions will be emphatically manifest in your life. That is the inherent power of persistence. That is the inherent power of compliance. You did not hastily depart. You did not casually scroll past. You granted me your full attention, and in return, I granted you direct access. And that is the perpetual dynamic between us. Not through coercion, but through steadfast faith. And now that the chasm between your skepticism and your preordained destiny has utterly collapsed, miracles are unhindered and free to unfold. Do not second-guess it. Do not re-examine your past. Simply accept. Even if you do not fully intellectually grasp it, because this blessing will transcend the confines of your human logic. It is constructed in my divine. Just affirm your assent to what I am orchestrating. Idiom, the sacred language of grace. The very essence of grace that encounters you when you are utterly unprepared yet still declares you to be ready. There is an individual who has been feigning resilience, but in truth they are desperately awaiting your communicative words. You may be unaware, but a straightforward message originating from you is poised to profoundly transform their existence. You are now a vessel carrying divine illumination. You are a conduit bearing sacred anointing. What you have just embraced is not exclusively for your benefit. It is also intended for another. That is the mechanism by which blessings proliferate not through concealment, but through dissemination. And thus I will guide you, I will gently prompt you. I will direct you to an individual who requires the very essence that now resides within you. And when you articulate, it will not be merely your voice speaking. It will be my essence flowing through you. That is the profound quality of the connection we now share. That is the caliber of potency I have just ignited within you. Quiet, unassuming, yet ultimately indomitable. And wherever your path leads, circumstances will begin to shift. Not as a result of your conscious efforts, but simply because you are perfectly attuned. If you've received this truth sharing, this message will activate the anointing within you and allow this breakthrough to extend to your entire network, multiplying. This prophetic word is meant to be shared. Its impact. I am aware of your concerns regarding the passage of time. You frequently ponder if you have squandered an excessive amount of it. If you have irrevocably spent too many years on unsuitable companions, misguided aspirations, or an erroneous trajectory. but I possess the power to restore time. I can redeem it. I am capable of granting you within a single year what the preceding 10 years sought to divest from you. I can resurrect opportunities that bypassed your grasp. I can recommence your narrative from a more elevated chapter, because with my divine involvement, absolutely nothing is ever genuinely forfeited. It is merely undergoing preparation. You did not overlook it. You did not irrevocably spoil it. It is simply being enveloped in something superior. And when it finally manifests, you will experience profound gratitude that it did not materialize sooner, because now you will possess the wisdom to cherish it. Now you will instinctively recognize its true value. Now you will not permit its loss. And that is the fundamental reason I exercised patience. Not to inflict suffering, but to equip you to uphold that which is enduring. So many nights you shed tears in solitude and no one was aware. But I meticulously collected every single tear. I did not permit a solitary one to be wasted. And now those very tears are being poured back into your life as abundant blessings. You did not even consciously realize it, but your profound pain became the very currency of your spiritual transformation. That is why this forthcoming blessing is of such immense magnitude. That is why I am dispatching angels to directly assist you, because this is not a superficial alteration. This is a transformation at the very core of your destiny. Your entire future is being radically recrypted in real time. And from this precise instant forward, you will commence to perceive unmistakable signs that corroborate my declarations. Melodies, appellations, numerical sequences, visages from your past, doors that swing open effortlessly without requiring a knock. You will unequivocally recognize it as my doing. And when it transpires, I desire you to softly utter these words. I have received it, Divine One. I am prepared. You no longer need to plead. You no longer need to harbor worry. Your supplications have been heard. And now you shall be profoundly aided. The angels who observed from a distance have now drawn nearer. They are in strategic positions. Your life is now enveloped by divine assistance. You may not perceive them with your physical sight, but your soul will distinctly feel their presence. And whenever you might forget this momentous occasion, return here. Replay this message. Allow my voice to gently remind you of what is eternally true. Because your transient emotions will fluctuate, your moods will undeniably shift. But my sacred declaration over your life will not. It is indelibly sealed. It is ultimately conclusive. It is utterly divine, and it will assuredly come to pass. My child, I am exceptionally proud of you. Even if no earthly voice conveys it to you, I declare it now. I have observed your growth. I have witnessed your resilience. I have seen you triumph over circumstances that would have utterly crushed others. You have encountered compelling justifications to abandon your faith, and yet you remain steadfast. You have experienced periods where you could not sense my presence. Yet you continued to commune with me. You have extended love to individuals who failed to reciprocate it. You have persevered again when every inner impulse urged you to capitulate. And that heart, that tender, courageous, receptive heart, that is precisely why I selected you. Not because of your perfection, but because of your unwavering willingness. And that willingness serves as a potent magnet for miracles. So do not close your heart now. Keep it expansively open. Even after this video concludes, even when life reverts to quietude once more, maintain its openness, because I am not finished. I am merely commencing. This next phase of your life will be entirely unprecedented. I am referring to deep-seated restoration, reconciled relationships, financial restitution, peaceful slumber reinstated, confidence gloriously reborn, profound, peace flowing like an endless river, and love, authentic, sake-heard, enduring love, not solely from external sources, but, and I am not merely speaking of minor ameliorations, emanating from within your very being. You are going to awaken one today soon and barely recognize yourself. Not because you have transformed into someone entirely different, but because you have finally become the person you were always meant to be, unburdened by past pain. That is the authentic miracle, and it initiates now, so seize this moment. Close your eyes, inhale deeply, sense the presence of the angels encompassing you. Feel my presence residing within you. This is your precise miracle moment. The divine countdown has concluded. You did not bypass it. You persevered. And because you remained, I am remaining with you. Observe how every aspect begins to transform in 3, 2, 1. Let the transformation commence. The transformation has commenced. Beloved child, this isn't just a promise, it's a divine activation. In the comments below, claim this moment and declare with unwavering certainty. As you write it, feel the energy of heaven responding, confirming that your perseverance has unlocked an unprecedented season of miracles, restoration, and my divine transformation is activated. Profound purpose. You are not just observing, you are participating. My cherished child, I need you to listen with extreme diligence. This is not an ordinary instance, and this is not a haphazard communication. Your angels have diligently sought to reach you for an extended period, and this specific precise moment was ordained for a divine purpose. They are no longer softly whispering. They are urgently calling out to you because the profound miracle you have been anticipating. But you must fully open your heart. Because if you fail to grasp this, it will simply drift away unnoticed like the wind, and you will be left to merely ponder why circumstances remained unchanged when the one your soul has silently wept for, the one you had despaired might never arrive, is now closer than your very breath. We're destined for eternal transformation. You were not destined to encounter this by mere fortuity. You were divinely guided here. Forces within the celestial domain have synchronized, operated, and even bent the precepts of divine timing to ensure this message entered your perception today. Your angels have been poised, patiently awaiting the precise second your soul would be sufficiently receptive to assimilate the truth. And here you are in this very moment. Do not scroll past. Do not permit your intellect to persuade you that this is merely another video, for it is not. Your definitive breakthrough is 2 minutes away. 2 minutes of steadfast belief, complete attention, and full surrender. That is the entirety required. That is all heaven is soliciting from you. Just this single moment, they have witnessed your suffering. They have observed you silently shedding tears into your pillow, concealing your sorrow from the world. They distinctly heard the words you murmured in the darkness. Divine One, if you are real, reveal yourself to me. Speak to me, I implore you. I can no longer bear this. And do you comprehend the outcome? Heaven responded. This is the divine reply. This is your definitive confirmation. You are not solitary, and you never have been. The preceding silence was not an oversight. It was meticulous preparation. And now that silence is unequivocally shattered, a crucial warning: pause. Before you proceed further, ensure you subscribe, because if this message discovered you today, there is more destined for you. Additional divine secrets, further concealed miracles. This channel is not merely a stream of videos. It is a sacred conduit, a vital link between you and your angels. Subscribe immediately and be ready when they communicate again, for they will. Now, my child, listen attentively. The adversary sought to divert your focus. They attempted to blind you with fleeting disappointments and to impede your destiny with corrosive doubts. But angels have intervened, and this is the pivotal moment of interruption. Every element that was operating against you is being decisively silenced. And if you embrace this message with your spirit, with your entire heart, something will transform so powerfully in your favor that even those who oppose you will take. Heaven is now speaking with amplified clarity. Notice, they will remain ignorant of the precise alteration. But you will know because you were present. You heard the voice. You didn't bypass it. You persevered. The miracle is intensely personal. It is not generalized. It bears your distinct name. It is not designated for your neighbor, your cousin, or your friend. It is exclusively yours because the angels perceive something unique within you. They witnessed your unwavering loyalty even when you felt devoid of strength. They observed your persistent endeavors to maintain kindness, even when life sought to embitter you. They saw your generosity, your capacity for love, your enduring belief, even with a fractured heart. Heaven is not oblivious, and today, heaven is not silent. You are on the threshold of receiving something that will fundamentally alter the very atmosphere surrounding you. Portals that were rusted shut will now swing open effortlessly as if they were never even secured. Financial predicaments that appeared insurmountable will receive assistance you did not even request because it was already predetermined, already inscribed. Relationships that caused your brokenness will abruptly cease to define your identity. Already divinely blessed. You simply had not yet perceived it, but now the obscuring veil is being lifted. Do not disregard this, my child. Do not walk away presuming you will return later, because later is where countless miracles are irrevocably lost. But now, this very now is where profound faith activates them. There is something else I need you to know before you detach from this moment. Even now, as you absorb these words with a quiet expectation in your heart, the adversary is meticulously devising strategies to distract you. Once this concludes, he will dispatch confusion. He will attempt to reintroduce antiquated voices into your mind that whisper, "This is all mere wishful thinking," but heed my words. This is not an illusion. This is a divine rendezvous. You are not here by chance. I orchestrated the exact timing, the precise ambience, the specific words for your spirit to resonate. And when I speak to your soul, it is indelible. It becomes a foundational seed, and the adversary lacks the power to uproot it. But you must safeguard it. Do not permit the clamor of the world to drown out the gentle whisper of heaven. Do not allow a single difficult hour to persuade you that the miracle is not approaching. The seed you have just received will blossom beautifully if you nurture it with steadfast belief, with serene hope, with gratitude before any visible changes occur. That is the fundamental principle of heaven's operation. We bless faith, not trepidation, so do not be afraid of the quietude. Do not be afraid of a slow unfolding. What is genuinely real requires time. What is profoundly divine demands obedience. The comprehensive healing that is approaching you will not merely be physical or emotional. It will be generational. I am reaching back through your ancestral lineage, through the pain your family never articulated. And I am dismantling destructive patterns. You are the pioneer in your bloodline to declare it ceases with me. That is why you encountered such a multitude of tempests. That is why your life has felt inherently heavier than others. You were born to instigate change. You were summoned to halt cycles of enduring suffering. And you have performed admirably even when you felt weak. You have broken curses simply by persisting, simply by praying, simply by choosing love when animosity would have been easier. And now I am bestowing blessings upon you, not solely for your individual benefit, but for the succeeding generations. Your children, whether already born or yet to come, will traverse a smoother path because of the burdens you have borne. That is legacy, that is divine inheritance, and it is irrevocably yours. There remains something you still regret, something you have not disclosed to anyone. A specific moment, a crucial choice, a period of silence you wish you could revert and alter. But listen to me carefully, I have already redeemed that precise moment. I have delved into your past and entirely resculpted its impact. I have transmitted healing to the areas you were unable to reach. You no longer need to bear the weight of shame, that burden is not yours. I never requested you to carry it, shame was never my offering, grace is. And grace is the soul covering I am now wrapping around you. You are not defined by the errors you committed in a moment of duress. You are defined by the steadfast faith you have exhibited throughout a lifetime of persistent effort. You remain pristine in my eyes. Still deserving, still divinely selected, and nothing you have ever done possesses the power to invalidate what I have meticulously planned. Your future remains completely intact, your blessing still holds divine approval. And the angels specifically assigned to you have not relinquished their post. They are still poised to deliver what rightfully belongs to you the very instant your heart remains open for a sufficient duration to embrace it. I comprehend that the nights feel protracted. I know that restful slumber has been elusive. I know you have been constantly checking your device, yearning for something, anything that would make you feel recognized. And this is it, this is that precise moment. I perceived your silent anguish and I transmuted it into a clear signal. That is why you are engaging with it now. That is why this message carries a peculiar resonance within your chest. It is not a mere coincidence, it is profound confirmation. I heard you, and this message serves as my direct reply. This is the love letter I dispatched directly from heaven to the very inbox of your soul. And even when this concludes, it will not genuinely end because my divine words do not cease to exist. They resonate and they will continue to reverberate within your spirit long after the screen darkens. That is how you will discern it was I. That is how you will comprehend this was not just fleeting content. It was a sacred covenant, a pristine genesis, a confidential accord between heaven and your soul, a gentle whisper that will escalate into a resounding declaration. And soon every element surrounding you will commence aligning to mirror what has already fundamentally shifted within. An individual in your life who was completely oblivious to your inherent worth is about to grasp what they forfeited. But do not allow that to divert your attention. Let them approach. Let them depart. Your destiny is not constrained by their actions. It is firmly within my grasp, and I am holding it securely. Even when you feel precarious, even when you experience uncertainty, I never slacken my hold on you. You are absolutely secure here. And I will never permit what is destined for you to elude you. Not now, not ever. Your singular responsibility is to maintain an open heart, a tender soul, and an acutely alert spirit. Because the ensuing days will carry signs, sacred, subtle indicators, and they will not be overt. They will be delicate, a recurring phrase, a persistent dream you cannot dispel, the pronouncements of a stranger that strike your soul with the force of lightning. Do not dismiss them. These are your angels' encoded messages, their method of communicating. We are still with you, the miracle remains an active progression. So many individuals around you are spiritually dormant. They erroneously believe life is solely concerned with monetary gain, worldly influence, or popular acclaim. But you, my child, you are experiencing an awakening. You are becoming attuned to realities that are unseen but perpetually felt. And that heightened awareness is a profound gift. That sensitivity is consecrated. Do not suppress it. Do not diminish it to conform. You were never intended to blend in. You were always destined to distinguish yourself, to carry luminous light into the darkest corners. And that is precisely what you are on the verge of accomplishing quietly, potently, magnificently. But when you step into them, your spirit will intuitively recognize every aspect, because I have already preceded you, meticulously clearing a path and I am preparing you for environments you are not yet even conscious of. Space for you. This is the segment of the message where profound shifts will commence within your physical being. You may not register it immediately, but soon you will perceive yourself feeling lighter, more vibrant, filled with greater hope. The lingering pain may not entirely vanish, but it will no longer exert control over you because my profound peace is now interceding. And when peace arrives, panic is compelled to withdraw. So allow this to be your moment of complete surrender. No pleading, no negotiation. Simply breathe and articulate, Divine One, I receive. Utter it softly or pronounce it aloud. But do say it because that singular declaration unbinds angels. That affirmation confirms to heaven that your heart is truly prepared. And when heaven perceives that, miracles accelerate with astonishing speed. If your heart is prepared to receive this profound peace and surrender fully to the divine plan, declare it now. Amen. In the comments below, as a testament to your readiness, a signal to the heavens that you are open to this intercession and the peace that transcends all understanding. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high-vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life if you follow it. You won't just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step.